Welcome to Beauty Way Thunder's Bird's Eye View News. I am Laurel Kitten, and I am here with the Children's Eternal Peace Flame. This flame has been burning continuously for 2,641 days as of today. That is 7 years, 2 months, and 25 days. This beautiful flame was caught from our great central sun, which is represented up above here, our great central sun, through a quartz crystal sphere into tobacco of a cigar, lighting our cigar, and then lighting a flame upon the earth with homegrown tobacco and leaves into an incense, into our flame. So this is our Children's Eternal Peace Flame, also known as the Rainbow Sun Flame. To know more about this flame, to take a peek at my shop to see more art, which we're going to talk about this piece of art tonight, which is the Goddess at the Gateway, you can go to my website at beautywaythunder.com. So I guess we'll start with the art. I made before we jump in here, I made a video last night, and it was a 50-minute video on the prophecy of the two roads with quite a bit of detail. And by this morning, it had been taken down. Isn't that special? So I am at the moment researching other platforms that honor our First Amendment rights of free speech. And I will be posting that on another platform once I figure out which one that will be. So I'm not going to repeat a lot of that unless it decides to pop in, and then we'll see if I can speak it in code. But meanwhile, with our current life movement, I thought being with the Goddess at the Gateway for a moment might be nice. So this piece of art represents our planetary body, the cycles of the seasons. This is our death gate, and there is a dimensional realm where the goddess dwells with the Black Panthers. This is an actual interdimensional space that I've been to more than once in ceremony, and I have many sister queens who have also visited this place. It's a black obsidian type floor with no ceiling or walls, with just the black starry sky. Ta-da! I might bring in a little bit from last night. We'll see how we do. So this goddess at the gateway is a Kali Durga. She's a fierce warrior queen. And at different cycles in my life, women who were connected to this consciousness seemed to find their way to me. And they knew of this place in space. So as we see here within the exit of our planet, we've got the Rainbow Bridge here, and this obsidian floor in this image is like the scales balancing, and between her forelegs, which I find quite fascinating. I was just so surprised that I was to give her 4 legs. Usually we see the multi-armed queen, but I was to give her 4 legs in the movement with the Black Panther in the tail, that it's the balancing of the scales. So as we make our transition off and coming in, there is an alignment that is required, a balancing harmonic point of beauty that is required to come in and go out. So the great central sun here is above her. These are 2 other places in the solar system. Also, as you see, these are like rainbow. It's a rainbow owl and a rainbow owl with our rainbow sun flame. As you see the flame, this is where our beautiful Children's Eternal Peace Flame homeland here to planet Earth, and being our living prayer flame to meditate upon, to illuminate our inner flame. Alrighty, So, in terms of rainbow owls, the owls see in the light and the dark. They're very quiet. A lot of traditions consider people who carry owl medicine to be wary of them, and I would say it's because of how silently they move and how good their vision is at night. Before I moved to where I am right now, I actually was out looking for the kitty that had gotten out, and I was standing on the far end of the yard to get the big view. It was at night, and the light was illuminating, so there was this light across the large yard, and this owl came flying directly at me, where I actually had to go, hey, because I thought it was going to go right into my head, and it literally landed right in front of me and sat there with me for probably 30-40 seconds, which is quite a long time actually. We had a breath together, and then it flew back where it came from. It's like learning how to share with being on a platform that doesn't want you to talk about certain things that are current day moments, that's tied to our owls, owl medicine. It is said that the owl is the gatekeeper of the white corn people. The owl is also a symbol that the shadow aspect of our planetary movement has also used the owl. They've taken many of our symbols and used them in their own way, and because of the reversal code of how they navigate, it's very much corrupted. And even our own consciousness, when we see some of these symbols, it brings that consciousness to mind, when before that there's an even more planetary divine truth for humanity of these symbols, that's one of beauty and of good news and our relatives. So the rainbow owls, I like them very much actually. So this is the goddess at the gateway, and I thought that she was a good image just to say hello to and check her out for a second, because we could use a little Kali Durga, Divine Mother flow at this moment on planet Earth. And so let's see. I'm sorry for this very long pause, but I have to say that I really put a lot of energy into yesterday, and I felt very incomplete with not having a video to put out. So I was committed to arrive tonight and see what wanted to come through. And this energy of not feeling the free flow to talk about our current reality in an open way is an interesting experience for me, and very much has to do with the shadow aspects of again, we are in the prophecy of the two roads. So one road is back to the sovereignty of humanity's internal seat of the internal technology, the full awakening of the human consciousness, the 12-strand DNA, restoration within the human elemental body that is one with our planetary consciousness, planetary cosmic consciousness, that is coming online for those of us who are in alignment with the awakening earth, aligned with our spiritual root into our Mother Earth, into the long tide of nature. The long tide of nature is our soul tide. And right now, we have an opportunity with where our planet is in our cosmic neighborhood. We are going through a frequency shift. Our sun is sending massive solar blasts. We've been getting so much plasma in the last few years coming to our beautiful Mother Earth, And this plasma from our great central sun is allowing for the proteins in our body to reconnect our what we call our dormant DNA or our junk DNA. It's not junk DNA, it's our multidimensional DNA, where we have been primarily through our historic tinkering with the human's body and the additional library instated, we have been functioning at that 2-strand DNA level with the other 10 strands still within us. So the plasma from the sun is supporting our bodies to go through a metamorphosis of restoration of our actual DNA when we are in an optimal support container of eating in a clean way and taking care of ourselves and doing the inner work required. The New Earth frequency fields, which are already here in another, the New Earth dimensional consciousness, and it is our job as humanity to be able to do that inner seat work where we bring the new earth in through us, through our awakening consciousness, and then we build it within this world. With this other road of the prophecy time that we are experiencing on a global level right now, the global intention to reset our monetary, biological systems, all of our systems, one that is a full track and trace reality. This is not what I know I incarnated for. I incarnated to come in to really hold the torch for the next 7 generations, 800 years, to seed the awakening human, the awakening ones of humanity. We are very precious beings. We are very precious beings. And I'm going to bring in something that I did talk about last night, and we'll see how well we do here. My mom had a dream in 2017, and she called me and she said, Laurel, I'm just calling to say thank you. I had a dream last night, and I was in, I don't even want to say the words. I was in the zombie war, and I was losing the war, and you, Laurel, Laurel, arrived, interdimensionally arrived. I had diamond wings, and I gave her a pair of wings, and we flew through the zombies into the starry, starry sky, into our safety, the balance, the harmonic balance. And all I'll say is that Google that word, and then Google apocalypse. Okay? Just Google it and just see what you find. And then for anyone who just likes football and you dig the halftime show, wow, that halftime show, wow, so many masks. It was like this chaotic, and then autonomous is being like a robots, crazy chaos. And I don't know, it to me looked like those words that you got to Google that was in my mother's dream in 2017, and the experimentation taking place within the beautiful human bodies right now, that is seeming to be connected to this very interesting dream my mom had. So we have a lot to contend with right now, and I did speak a bit about mirror neurons last night in honor of the children. I think I'll hold the children's eternal peace flame for this. As little ones, as big ones, we have mirror neurons. So all of who I am is mirrored in you, and vice versa. How well I know myself lets me know what's mine and what's before me. the invisible dimensional realms of the sensate, emotional, feeling intelligence of our right brain and body dreaming intelligence informs us through our feelings of what's happening within the invisible. All humans are created with these mirror neurons. So, with my peri-prenatal training, we really talked a lot about differentiation for the children because we are born into this unified field, and it takes a while for our bodies to develop and our brains and our frontal neocortex, and so being able to differentiate. Oh, you're feeling happy today. Great. Oh, you're not feeling so good. Okay, well, mommy's having a hard day today. This has nothing to do with you. Differentiating so our little ones can grow up and really be in their sovereignty and interdependence, but really know who they are versus the environment around them. And so there's been this interesting concern for the children and the mirror neurons, and also for the empaths on the planet, and for those who are well seated in their elemental majesty of their body intelligence, of their emotional intelligence, that naturally, organically track, trace, and feel, that receive what's before them. How we get to make this transition with our family who are in this experimental moment in time with their biology, their electromagnetics, their little beautiful cells, and a different consciousness that is from, I would say, sourcing from someplace off, coming into, that's here now, and a consciousness that is off, that's here now, and it's wanting to get inside of us. And what does that mean for those of us who are choosing to not do that, but yet our whole reality is doing that right now? And all of those that are doing that, who don't even want to do that, but the pressure field to have it be done is so great that it's happening. How do we transition and navigate these times where we really align in our sovereignty hoop, knowing we're interdependent, but we are one body. I'm a uniquely individuated fractal of a whole body. We're all the body of humanity. And how well and healthy you're doing matters to me. I can feel your health when you're healthy and well. I can feel my own health when you're reflecting that health because you're being that health. And then I get to amplify that good feeling of health, taking care. And you matter to me. I feel you. We feel each other. So when we're healthy and well, life is so good. But when the people we love, and even our other human family that we come in contact with that we might not even know, our mirror neurons know. We feel each other. And how we know ourselves is through accurate reflection and appropriate physical contact. So if my family around me is going through some experiment and are not fully, like, if something goes strange, it's not just my loved ones I care about and want to be very happy and well. My heart wants that for the family. But also, my family before me is reflecting myself back. And what happens if there's so I'm meditating on these things around mirror neurons and how there really is only one body of humanity and our uniquely individuated fractal parts. And, I'm just thinking right now, is it the Dagara tribe of West Africa? It's just popping in. That if, like, for instance, if a couple's having an issue, then they need to handle it. And if they don't, then there's a system set up to support them. Because if they go on too long not well, then that takes its toll on the community and the tribe and the health of the greater community. So they have systems set in place for for the individuals and for making sure that that you know, birth rituals, rites to prepare to conceive, rites to talk to the spirit of the baby before the baby comes in to know what their life mission is, so they'll know how to name the baby correct. So this human coming in can always remember what their gift is and why they're coming here, and the community is there to support that and to help them arrive and fully embody throughout their life in the most wonderful, soulful excellence that they are, a true human being, and their rights at all the different stages, so we can fully arrive in our nature. And we are nature, and we act as nature to each other. Accurate reflection, appropriate contact. The long tide of nature is the soul tide, where the soul can rest within the unified field of the body, planetary, cosmic way of our life. The long tide of nature is the soul tide. So as a human being, as nature to my other human beings, my job is to support that soulful embodiment, that soulful arrival. And when it's time for the soulful release of the mortal coil of our elemental majesty of Mother Earth, then there's proper rites, so the soul with peace and grace, balance and harmony is able to release their mortal coil. The tribe, the family do the rites, the rituals, so everyone makes sure to take care of this soul in their gateway passage back home into the ancestral realms, to make those, you know, just continue to be with us in their next cycle, or to do whatever they need to do once they've completed their initiation of this lifetime. How beautiful, how beautiful. So all of these you know, earth-based rites, and there are many, you know, tribes and traditions and all the colors of the people, the earth-based traditions that have proper protocols around original mother law of fully coming in. How do we come in and how do we go out, and how do we do all the parts in between in beauty, and that in a service not just to self and our families of our humanity, but our families, the rest of our relatives, our creepy crawlers, our animals, our flora, our fauna, our elementals. You know, these are our cosmic body, you know, our family of humanity, all the family of humanity. What is the return, you know, to Eden, return to our true divine humanity of fully becoming human? This is the prayer I hold for us, and I know the people of the earth, the indigenous heart holds for us, the creatures hold for us. Our love is so sweet and so beautiful, and if we realized how important and powerful our love is, we would be, the creature, we would be taking care of everyone in a whole bigger way if we understood how precious we are. So how do we, you know, step back into this resurrection of an eternal love and respect for the human being, and guardianship for self and other of our family of earth? And how do we clean our eyes and clean our ears when there's so much confusion going on? Root down, listen deeply to make good choices, because our choices now impact the next 800 years, the next 7 generations. And we have a very strong agenda that is not based on the embrace of nature or the earth or humanity truly flowering as miraculous, loving, feeling beings. We have an actual agenda that has a very, doesn't see life through the heart, doesn't see the way humanity sees and feels. And these other energies have infiltrated into all the pockets of our realities. And so our emotional intelligence is incredibly important right now. Our deep listening, instinctual listening, self-care, being in alignment with our planetary body, our Mother Earth, who's in the cosmic neighborhood where we've got massive plasma coming, and we have an opportunity to really have something new happen for humanity in a beauty way. But it takes us really taking our seat in the midst of so much distraction and outside frequencies coming in to attempt to change who we are on the inside. It's not coming from an intention of heart-based beauty. So I'm sending us a lot of love and deep breaths, deep contemplation, self-care, a lot of self-care, take care, being very kind to our family and our friends, remembering the bird's eye view news, the bird's eye view. We're way out there up here with our Kali, Durga, goddess, queen, goddess at the gateway, with our Black Panther balancing the worlds here. But our eagle view, our expansive view, our pulling out to look and see and coming in and feeling as we be. And remember to really pray and listen from our body intelligence, our heart intelligence. Gather with our friends that are awake in their sobriety to sovereignty and guardianship and care for life and being in right relations. And we need to gather with our allies and our friends and remember our prayers and really pay attention right now and allow the creative force of the human consciousness and heart to inform us of what our next moves are and how we can all thrive. And things that feel crazy, things that we're just like, what? I did not know. But if something doesn't feel right or seem right, but everyone's going with it and getting habituated on it because it keeps happening and it doesn't feel safe to just let it be. Y'all, if it doesn't feel right, there's a reason it doesn't feel right, okay? We really, our divine feminine principle, our right brain embodied feeling selves, which is one with our planetary cosmic body. This is an amazing intelligence, our body elemental. This home base of our bodies is a supreme elemental. It in its inner technology connects us to the whole system where the entire library is available to us. And when we are in a good, balanced, coherent, happy space, we have full genius. We sit in our throne of wisdom and the knowledge is available, the wisdom knowledge. When we sit properly and do our proper self-care, clean ourselves, know how to still the mind, while life flows. So I'm gonna sign off for right now. And in the next video, I'm gonna tell some fun stories about the children's eternal peace flame. And I hope that everyone is taking good care and allow the genius to come through. Pay attention. Ask for support. Ask that when you sleep, something is revealed. When you wake up the next day, you know what the next wisdom knowledge step is to take. Like, listen, pay attention. This is an important moment in creation. So, and you matter, I matter, we really matter. and our heart intelligence matters. We are precious human beings, and it's a little bit frustrating when we see the preciousness of life acting not so precious because of all of this other frequency field that's like infiltrated in and is really impacting free will. So, deep breaths, know we matter, our love is precious, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your next moments, and your loved ones and family are supported. And remember the nature, take time in nature daily, and thank you so much. So until our next moment, I am Laurel Kitten. If you would like to purchase any of my art, I have 3 courses: ceremonial menstruation, being born, giving birth, and the path of the priestess. There is information on the rainbow sun flame. Feel free to go to beautywaythunder.com. If you'd like to donate to support life's movements, I would be so grateful. And until our next moment, one love eternal, diamond, rainbow, crystal sun, honeydew consciousness to us this day. Hooray.